Happy birthday, Aquarius, and happy solar return. Um, we are going to do a special solar return reading for you with a card for each of the houses. Um, we're also going to light a candle for you. So I have my special crown votive for you for your birthday. Um, and as I'm sure you already know, your birthstone is amethyst. So I tried to find like a royal purple votive candle for you, but all I could find was lavender. So lavender will do. Um, so what we're going to do is uh, light the candle for you, infused with your birthday wish. So if you want to pause it in a moment, Um, before I light it, you can infuse the candle with your birthday wishes, and we will have the candle burning through your reading. Okay, so go ahead and pause now, and we'll light it in a moment. Okay, here we go. Happy solar return. May all your wishes come true. So mote it be. Okay, so we are going to start with your first house, which is your public image and how others see you. Lovers. This is very Aquarian. So people view you as approachable and easy to collaborate with, which is pretty much Aquarius. You are a go-to person in your worlds, especially in this year. You are going to be seen as a leader. And here's why. Aquarians, you out of all of the signs in the zodiac are the ones who are able to think outside the box. You march to your own drummer. You come up with your own ideas. Um, I'd say you and Pisces are the two that are really good at that, coming up with the creative ideas. Um, so that is going to be really useful to people in this changing atmosphere. We have a lot of astrological um, transitioning happening now, and new energies coming in that can feel confusing for other people, and especially the non spiritual ones, because the spiritual folks, like everyone listening, um, have it much easier. We understand that this is kind of a changing energy, and we may not understand everything, um, and understand every moment, but we are we have more of a clue than everyone else, right? So the guys who are not connected are really don't understand what's happening to them. Things are changing. Um, there are many opportunities coming at them that they can feel overwhelmed by. They don't know what direction to go in, that kind of thing. So it's time to look to Aquarius to see what Aquarius is doing and what Aquarius thinks about what they should do and that kind of thing. So you're going to feel very Aquarian in this year because you guys are the low key leaders. Um, so this is you really coming into your element this year. Let's see what we have for your second house. So your second house is um, money matters and what's valuable to you. All right, so you couldn't have a better card than the Ten of Pentacles. Um, so this card says it all. Aquarius, it looks like this is a money-making year for you. Um, and this could stem from your first house here, because since you're the go-to person, and I mentioned collaboration, you may have many opportunities for collaborations, money-making collaborations, right? So if you're like um uh on YouTube or TikTok, what do you call it? An influencer? Yeah, yeah. Words are hard. Um, an influencer, then you may get a lot of brand deals or collaborations between streamers and that kind of thing. Um, so look out for that. And I do feel that you're going to be able to be choosy about them too, you know? If you're asked to take a brand deal that for a product that you don't believe in, I think you're going to have the luxury of saying no because you're going to have so much to choose from. Wow, Aquarius. It's a great reading so far. Your third house is how you communicate and also how you learn. I think that was a fumble. No, none of them. Sorry, guys. I injured my thumb recently. This one. So it affects my shuffling of it. You communicate well with others. Three of Cups. This is the celebration card. So this is all about your diplomacy, your way of listen, people can sometimes say that Aquarians are kind of standoffish and uninterested in others, but it's not true. It's because you guys are so involved in your higher self, in your upper chakras a lot of the time, that it's not that you are deliberately being distant with folks. You've just got a lot going on in your heart and mind. That's all. Um, but you also have the ability when you are really focused on a person, you have that ability of making a, the person feel that you're speaking to like they're the only person in the world, which is something that's very valuable to the people that you speak to. They feel heard. They it doesn't necessarily mean that you're a yes person, but you listen. You make sure that the other person knows that you're understanding what they're saying, you know, and that's everything. And even if you disagree with them, that's fine. As long as they feel heard, then they're happy. And the other thing is, you know what just came to mind? That saying, people may not remember what you said, but they'll remember how you made them feel. That's this. You make them feel like good about themselves and good about the conversations that they have with you. So your fourth house is home and family. Page of Swords. So there's going to be a new channel of communication with your family and your loved ones. Since we're starting here in your first house with um the lovers, which is collaborative, this really looks like you are very much focused on the outside world. You're less introspective and you're more focused on how you can improve the world, which is pretty much what you guys have been put on this earth for. Aquarians are all about, you know, saving the world, you know. How can I improve things? Where can I make the collective's life better? Um, so there is more of a focus on the people around you and how you can um, not only listen well to them and make them feel heard, but make sure that you are keeping that connection going. You know, like, how are you doing today? How's that project that you were working on? You know, um, and communicating to them what you think, not imposing your view on people, but offering you I'm sorry, offering them your opinion. Let me take a sip of water. I tend to get more tongue-tied when my mouth is dry. Yeah, I think that's what the message is there. So five is your creativity, and the fun in life, children, romance, that kind of thing. Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is the slow and steady wins the race card. So this is an approach. First of all, an approach to romance is not rushing. Like there's no rush at all. Um, especially, but well, I was gonna say there seems to be a focus on more of the collective in groups than interpersonal relationships like romance. And I know you're like, well, Grasshopper, I have the lovers here. Yeah, but the lovers isn't what it sounds like. It can be, but most of the time it just depicts two people placed in a situation by the universe. Um, in some kind in a karmic atmosphere, like two people to learn from each other. It doesn't need to be romance, right? So anyway, discard what I said about the collective versus interpersonal. If the romance is there to be had, Aquarius, you don't need to rush. We are all in an atmosphere of building something new with Pluto and Aquarius. But Pluto and Aquarius has just entered, uh, Pluto has just entered Aquarius a year ago, and it's a 20-year cycle. So we have 19 months, I mean, 19 years um, to benefit from this energy. So there's no need to rush on building something new. And I hardly need to tell you this. You are going to realize this instinctively. Um, but this also points to many opportunities this year to relax. Longer vacations, longer um, time with your children. This is a lot of leisure time for you, which is lovely. So let's see, where are we? Oh, I don't have a six here. Anyway, your sixth house. Whoops. Ace of Cups. The sixth house is work routines, your health, and your self-improvement. Ace of Cups, self-improvement. Self-love. So I like this. This is a balance of focusing outward, but also not forgetting self-care, right? So yeah, there's going to be a lot to do this year with work and things to do in the home and that kind of thing, but you're going to be taking the time to take care of self, especially with health, by the way. Health is here. So make sure you take the time to go to the doctor, to get your blood work, you know, mammograms, colonoscopies, all those fun things, um, because our health is important. Um, so here we are for the seventh house, which is commitments and romance, legal issues, that kind of thing. Personal relationship, partnerships, contracts, that kind of thing. Wait a minute. Why is this face up here? Do we need this for something? No. Okay. What do we got for the seventh house for Aquarius? Both? Reversed? Upright. Okay. Fool. Okay. Right. That makes sense. So the Fool is talking about here taking the leap, doing new things, having fun doing new things, which is I don't think it's going to be too hard for an Aquarian. So yeah, there will be some new chances for romance if you're already in a relationship. This is spicing up um the relationship, electing to do new things together, that kind of thing. Um, for the new relationships, this is just having fun, you know. There's no need to rush into commitments. Um, but for the older relationships, it's like doing fun things that makes a relationship feel fresh and new. So your eighth house of finances. What do we have for finances? What do we got for finances? The Empress. Okay. So the Empress is talking about number one, finding creative ways to make money, right? We talked about that up here. Also, feeling secure in your finances. So, if you're not secure right now, you will grow into that position at some point this year. And that was made clear over here with the Ten of Pentacles and the new opportunities coming to you. The Empress also talks about creativity, right? So, which Aquarians have that in spades. So you will be able to put that creativity to work, and it's going to bring you stability and a strong sense of self. So far, all of this is, Aquarians living their best life. Whoops, wrong way. Okay. Your ninth house is like travel and your higher minds. It's like your intellectual growth. Ah, how perfect is it that you got a sword for intellectual growth? Swords are air, minds, which again is so typically Aquarian. Um, the Seven of Swords is being more clever than your opponents, right? This guy is stealing swords from an encampment so to weaken his opponents, right? But in your reading, what this is saying is that you are rising far and above your peers or the people around you. Um, that you are looking to expand your mind and learn things um, that may surprise others. You're going to find this year people are going to be like, how did you know that? Where did you learn that? I've never heard that. That kind of thing, where you're really going to set yourself apart from others. Your 10th house is your career and your reputation, which very much matches the lovers here. The magician, you have the ability to manifest. So this is pretty much what I set up here. Like people are really going to look at you like, wow, Aquarius really knows how to do this. Let me go ask Aquarius how to do this. This is feeling very like Capricornian or Virgo too. People go to these people a lot like um but people are going to go to you because you think outside of the box and they need someone to think outside of the box for them because they're having a hard time with whatever it is in their lives that they're like, I need troubleshooting. I tried everything. Let's see if Aquarius has a better solution, one of those nifty, clever solutions to share with me. So if you have a 9 to 5 job, that's going to be a good thing. You're going to be admired by your colleagues and your higher ups, um, which is going to bring you growth opportunity. But if you're your own boss, then it'll be clients coming to you, confident that they can get, you know, a fresh, exciting solution to whatever it is they're asking for. So your 11th house is your social life, also like humanitarianism and that kind of thing, which is very Aquarian. What do we have for Aquarius? It's 11th house. Well, okay. The chariot. This is forward movements, but we knew that already over here, right? This is a development of your relationships and moving forward in a positive way. Um, and growth, deepening of relationships, too. More love and confidence in you, and you feeling more secure in your relationships, and vice versa. This also points to you doing more charity work. Wow, that was fast. Let's see if we can revive this. Oh, I see. Hold on. Yeah, no, that's it. The wick just broke. That's fine. How long it burns is not important. So, right, charity work. Um, there might be things that you were thinking of doing for a long time that, you know, you now have time to do or the opportunity to do. It can be anything from like, I don't know, soup kitchens or Toys for Tots just came up. But it could be more than that, like being asked to be on a board of a charity, that kind of thing. Um, just being involved more in charitable work. So your 12th house is spirituality. Well, uh-huh. Two of Swords. So look, Aquarius, Two of Swords is the lack of certainty card. Um, I'm not too surprised about this. Um, how I'm thinking of how I can answer this question without it being too long-winded, because there are so many components to this because of what's happening now. So listen, the ascension is happening, right? We've been talking about this in the metaphysical community for years. The earth split is coming, the earth split, the earth split. But it is here now. It is really splitting. Um, we are not just preparing for ascension, we are in the process of ascending and moving into a new uh, dimension. So this card depicts how you are struggling in your own mind right now as you're hearing what I'm saying. Part of it is, oh, I don't know if I believe that or not. Some of it is, I believe it, but I don't see how it's happening in my life. I don't know how all of this fits in my life. Um, and what I can say to that, Aquarius, is you don't have to know. You don't have to decide. No one's asking you to decide. Things are going to fall in place on your own, on their own. All you need to do is focus on high vibrational tasks, um, being of service to humanity, which is Aquarian, um, and doing your best to keep your vibration high because you will be tested. We will all be tested uh, in this time by people in a lower vibration. Because if you think you're conflicted, that's nothing. You should feel how the lower vibrations are feeling. People in a lower vibration are just very confused right now, overwhelmed, acting out. That's why we see more and more Karens, right? And, like the things we'll see on the news or the body cam videos, we're just like, what is wrong with these people? They're on a low vibration and they are ill-equipped um, to absorb and integrate these energies that are coming towards us right now, which is making them act out. Um, so anyway, that's them. How does that affect you? You are going to come across these people. They are going to try and drag your vibration down because your high vibration irritates them in a way that they don't understand, right? So they act out. So you are going to be given many, many opportunities to learn how to deal with these people, deal with the energies, deal with you moving into a new paradigm. And you're not going to have it all figured out right away. No one is, not even me, not even, I don't know, Joe Dispenza, uh, all those other folks, Esther Hicks, no one has it all figured out. But if you stay connected to spirit, um, you will get the understanding and the downloads as you go along and um, as it's needed. This is a beautiful reading, Aquarius. You're going to have a good year. Um, so we're going to do three more cards. We're going to start with the energy that you're bringing in to this solar return from last year. how you're feeling and dealing with the present, and what is going to be accomplished. So, what energy are we bringing in? What energies are we bringing in? Unfinished tasks or lessons. Okay, yeah. Temperance, alchemy. This is very much related to this here, right? This is transmutation. And we were talking about this before. Us dealing with low vibration and learning how to maintain our high vibration in a low vibrational situation, which in turn helps the lower vibrational folks to raise their vibration. And I always give the caveat that doesn't mean that you are responsible for their ascension, but you shining your high vibrational light can help in whatever small way to direct them in the right direction of ascension. Um, so this is learning how to bring balance into your life, learning how to transmute things. And this points very much to this over here, um, with how people view you. You're the person, the go-to person, how they they are looking for you to transmute something in their lives. How do I figure this conundrum in my life out? Let me go to Aquarius because I know Aquarius can find the solution. They can turn my conundrum into a solution. So, is this going to be a full accomplishment in this year? No, this is going to be an ongoing uh, lesson. Where are we in the present, though? What are we presently dealing with? Or the new energies that we're dealing with? Oh, let's hold on. I forgot to use the smaller deck here. I don't need the smaller deck. Okay. What are the new energies? What are the new energies that Aquarius is receiving, are receiving? What do we got for Aquarius spirit? Okay, yeah. That's definitely a continuation of temperance. This is Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups really, there is an energy of balance to the Queen of Cups as well, where there is a responsibility to herself to protect her heart and her own interests, um, but not wall herself off to other people at the same time. This is approaching the world with love That's your outer world, but loving oneself at the same time. There's a balance of this. So, and I can totally see how that can be a learning exercise for Aquarius, because you guys are very, very focused on the outer world and your humanitarianism. So, right. Oh, and then we had Ace of Cups over here too, with right? What is this? Six, your sense of self and your health. Yeah. You see? So this is a balance of being of service to others, but being attentive of your own needs as well and protecting your own needs. So, what are we accomplishing in this year? What is the goal to accomplish in this year for Aquarius? Goal to accomplish. Knight of Cups. So this is pretty much the same message. This is all love, 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 love. Knight of Cups is approaching the world with love. So the objective for this year, we talked about this over here with the chariot, um, with the low and high vibrations. Everyone is, or at least all of my viewers, because this is a light worker channel. Light workers, it's meant for light workers, and I attract light workers to this channel, right? So whether you know it or not, if you are listening to this, you are a light worker, okay? A light worker's role is under all kinds of pressures, temptations, um, difficulties. Our task is to shed love and light. And this is very much an Aquarian really stepping in to the light worker role, right? Aquarius, you are very much blooming as an Aquarian. This is very humanitarian, what we have here. A reminder of self love while you're doing it, but humanitarian. So there's a call for love here. Shed the love wherever you can. This is forgiveness and understanding too, because we will continue to be challenged. In the Karen in the supermarket, the road rage, you know, the people who just can't cope and act out, the people who are cut off to their spirituality. You can easily recognize these people, you know, the lost folks. So again, we're not responsible for their solutions or their ascensions. We can just offer them love wherever and whenever we can without depleting our own energy. Okay, Aquarius? I hope you enjoyed this reading, Aquarius. I hope that it excites you and brings you, good expectation. Um, if you're new to my channel, um, stick around. This is a growing community of light workers. It is small right now, but it will grow. Um, and we can really help each other, which brings me to the comment section. I answer every single comment with glee. I love hearing from you guys. So talk to me. Don't hold back. If you want to tell me how this resonates, how you feel about it, questions, suggestions, whatever you want to talk about, I will be there to answer you. And full answers, not just silly emojis. Okay? Um, thank you to all of you who helped me get to my milestone and beyond of 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate every single one of you. But even if you think you are subscribed, go have a look and see if you really are. If you're not subscribed yet, please do subscribe. Subscribe. It is a very quick gesture that costs you nothing and really does help this channel grow. So thank you. Um, if you really do, if you're really inclined to helping this channel, the other thing you can do is go have a look at the playlist section. I have many playlists made for you. There's an Aquarius playlist and many others. Choose one, set it to autoplay, and have it on as background noise as you go about your daily tasks, even while you're winding down in bed and even sleeping, because watch hours are really what helps the channel grow. Okay, Aquarius? Um, for those of you who made it this far, thank you for watching the whole way. That also helps my channel. I really appreciate every single one of you. I will speak to you soon. Love, light, and many blessings. Happy birthday.